As we traveled to Hawaii, we realized the island and the people are structured around tourism. The economy in Hawaii relies on tourism as people conform their lives to it and their livelihoods depend on it. We asked how tourism and colonization has affected the native Hawaiian community. Due to colonization, it was at one point illegal to speak the Hawaiian language, and the islanders weren't able to educate their families on the culture. The culture has also been lost due to it not being practiced authentically because of tourism. It is modified for the purpose of entertainment. Throughout this trip, we were accompanied by a native Hawaiian social worker and cultural practitioner, Tammy Martin, who helped us gain a deeper understanding of the Hawaiian culture and practices. She was once a musician and hula dancer, and although she no longer works in entertainment, she practices her culture by using her language, chanting, and utilizing culturally informed healing practices. She continues to learn about her culture through her Hanai mother or adopted by affection mother, Auntie Lynette. As she learns through Auntie, she is then able to help educate us on the Hawaiian culture, and this helps us to learn how to be travelers and not tourists. This leads into our next question. How is culture practiced within the context of tourism, and is the culture shaped to entertain the tourist, or is the culture presented as authentic? Through our experience with Manu Meyer, we learned about the theory of knowledge epistemology. She educated us on the idea of knowing and knowledge, listening and hearing, and seeing and looking. This offers multiple lenses for people to understand that we interpret things differently. This makes it difficult to be able to define what authenticity is in culture. Experiences such as chanting with Tammy, language lessons, and lei making with Hi'ilani, and lectures with Auntie Lynette and Manu Meyer allowed us to develop our own lens on what authenticity in Hawaiian culture is. And it changed our approach to understanding tourist attractions such as the Polynesian Cultural Center, commonly referred to as PCC, and the Paradise Cove Luau. At the Polynesian Cultural Center, there is much to learn about different Polynesian cultures, as well as their similarities and differences to the Hawaiian culture. The students working at PCC educate visitors on their culture while receiving scholarships, giving them the otherwise inaccessible opportunity to attend college. We went into PCC with certain expectations because of our experiences from the previous week, and we came to the realization that what we learned was different than what was depicted at PCC. We expected PCC to be so in tune with the culture and to show different aspects of each culture. Yet, we were disappointed to see that PCC only chose one aspect of a culture and enhanced it or dramatized it. It was almost like being at Disneyland because of how everything was so commercialized and how every worker was so peppy and cheery. One thing that caught our attention was the Huki Canoe Show, because it was telling a story in a way you would hear a Disney story, and everything seemed way too acted out. It was too much like a performance rather than a cultural dance with much more meaning to it. Many of the student workers are learning about their culture through their kapuna, or elders. We attended the hula lesson and the dancers gave us a very simplified rundown of the true meaning of the dance. We learned the symbols of things such as rain, tree, and wind. We had the opportunity to ask the students about their experience at PCC and how they felt tourism impacted the island. Many of the students we asked said they were unbothered by the amount of tourism and they were happy to have the opportunity to educate those who are interested in learning. Others felt offended as they said PC depicted their culture as dumb and goofy. Certain things in the cultures are dramatized for the purpose of entertainment, such as the canoe show. Although they are trying to entertain the tourist, changing the culture for entertainment can offend others. At the Paradise Cove Luau, we spoke with an entertainer who said if the culture was practiced authentically for entertainment, it would be boring. This demonstrates that a lot of things on the island are structured around tourism. Due to loss of culture, it is difficult to interpret what is authentic. Many Hawaiians have adopted new rituals and practices into their culture over time, so what might be authentic to one person might not be authentic to another. Throughout this learning experience, we have come to understand Hawaiians and their loss of culture much more. It becomes difficult to define authenticity with everyone having different perception of this culture. It is up to us to accept those perceptions of authenticity and culture. Although many Hawaiians do adapt to tourism as a source of income and have lost true value in their culture by doing so, there is still more to learn. The journey doesn't end here, and the fight for Hawaiian rights and a comeback for their authentic culture continues.
But collected, unified, standing in solidarity today, remembering who we are. Remembering our history, remembering that for 127 years our government, our voice, what Liliuokalani claims is the voice of God. For 127 years, we have dealt with the colonial occupational force of the United States military, and I'm here today to say that the Hawaiian Kingdom lives! The Hawaiian Kingdom lives! We have not recessed into history. We have not been buried by the hands of time. No, no, no. We have become stronger. We have solidified our roots deeper.